Africa is still recovering from economic shocks of the COVID-19 pandemic that exacerbated pre-existing issues like liquidity and debt challenges. Professor of Economics and Finance at Gibbs, Adrian Seville, says while the continent has invested $6 billion towards railway infrastructure over the past decade, an annual investment of $100 billion is still required.
This underlines the point again about how absolutely critical this infrastructure and network infrastructure is. If the world thinks this isn't a problem, then you only have to look at what happens when people get displaced and you land up with refugees. Now turn this into tens of millions of climate refugees. So this is a global problem that demands attention from impact investors around the world, not just people interested in Africa.
Many countries that were working to service their debt before the pandemic had to redirect their resources to fight the virus. This shift has put a strain on economic stability and investor climate. Africa strategist at RMB and panelist Samantha Singh-Jami says debt remains a major challenge to growth.
We are seeing some improvements, but I don't think we're out of the woods yet. There's still heavy debt service burdens for a lot of our countries, including the likes of Kenya, where we started to see protests when they've tried to increase some of the tax revenue. So I think we are in maybe a situation where the dynamics have shifted a bit. There is fiscal consolidation going on, but I think there's still near-term challenges to be overcome.
Meanwhile, Africa has been lauded for having some of the world's largest resources that are going to be important in the decarbonization going forward. South Africa, despite dropping to 5th place in the rankings, remains one of the top performers in technological advancements, which will be beneficial for growth and trade across the continent. SABC News, Johannesburg.